everybody, and welcome to the kickoff here of our coverage for ESEA Invite Season 19. But you know what? Let's talk about stuff after, because we're actually going live here. We're bringing you big match between Cafe Monster and the $5 Club. And Keith, remind me to talk about stuff. My name's Getawhale, and I'm joined by BUICK. Hello.
Thumbs up. Thumbs up, baby.
And he has his thumbs up. I don't know where, but hey, we're live. And on this mid, you know what I'm looking at? We had the demos, but I'm looking at purple shirt of Cafe Monster. This I Am champion, I Am dominant team who have a lot to prove here, moving up to Invite. Deska, they lost their demo, and so it looks like a lot of them are backing out on the side of Cafe Monster, but we might have a little re-push in here. What do you see out of Liam's team, a.k.a. the $5 Club?
I see Liam moving in there now. He's taking a lot of damage. He goes down. I don't really know if he wanted to play it a little aggressive. Hopefully their scouts can clean up. They got to back out at this point in time. They do take out Yomps, but, you know, they need to be careful now. They're just chilling and choke, you know. We have Sandy and Zalox just throwing down some nice spam there. And Uber charge-wise, they may move in. They're at a slight advantage. They're kind of poking. Zalox is peeking in. There's stickies on the ground. He has to be careful. But in general, they're probably just going to set up and wait for a pick. What do you say? Maybe give their roamer a buff and then bomb in, average process?
Well, it seems like this. You got to consider both these teams are just kind of starting off their season, and I saw Deska make a comment in there. He was like, "Solid start and Invite." So, you know, first match of the season. These guys. Well, here comes Milo, who's in, and actually we didn't have time off the top, but Milo's filling in for BUICK in this match only. We're fairly certain it's not a permanent thing or that, so should be back to BUICK. But Milo made a big impact there. Got a little. Well, he went down, but. Doing that thing. I'm watching the Goldfish cam. If you watched any of our coverage of I Am last season, this guy's a monster and a tank, and we're still here kind of fighting over this mid, and Goldfish trying to create a little bit of room and space and trying to back off this $5 Club team, who, Uber's popped right off, though, and down goes Goldfish. Now, who's going to get the better of this? This looks real good for Blue, Keith. Would you agree?
I'm thinking so. Mangachu goes in. Tommy does have a decent surf out. They're going to follow him up, though. Zalex throwing some nice pressure in there. Picks off Yomps. And I actually think Red may go down here. They didn't get out soon enough. Their Uber was mediocre, and because of that, they kind of got caught up, and Blue just completely overwhelmed them. 2x on the point. They're going to start moving in the last. That's what we call a complete wipe. What would you say? This could be a point right now for Mangachu's team?
Well, they got to get this cap. It looks fairly good. A few of the players on 8-second, 16-second respawns. This is kind of in the bag, real easy for the $5 Club, who is many people call Mangachu's team, but it's a 6-player team.
It is
very much the same as what we saw last season with them, but the big difference being Arctic Joe being brought in, easy for me to say, on Scout, and he's been to ESEA land, so he's no slouch, as we said in the pregame. I'm looking at purple shirt again. I don't know why. He's all in behind doing that roamer thing, and he's going to direct attention away from 3 of these players at $5 Club who converge, and meanwhile Zalox went down back out on the main point here, so we're going to see how this plays out. They traded Demo for Roamer. Down goes Zalox and Milo and Squid, and we're still fighting it out here. Deska putting out a lot of damage, but Cafe Monster real handily winning that middle. And maybe got their shell shock that they needed in that first round to sort of come back out and dominate here. But big shout outs to Purple Shirt, who kind of did a lot with that Roamer distraction play.
3 people? Yeah, 3 people were in there after him, and like they're all decent health too. It was really an aggressive play. And when somebody calls out, "Hey, somebody's in sewer," usually don't send 3 people after him, and because of that, they did lose middle. Something that did happen though was Liam, Mr. Mangachu, did kill the medic. So Blue has an advantage, and it looks like they're trying to go out here. Mangachu's coming in, going to take this Uber, trying to get a fat solo over here. Nice, a nice overbuff. Sandy does pop on him, covers those with soldiers. They are going to recap the point back slowly. Purple Shirt does go down. It looks like it's just going to be maybe leapfrogging at this point in time. Goldfish says, "I don't care, I'm coming in," because there's a little bit on the last point. 3x on the point. Ooh, I don't know, man. They need to make out. Goldfish needs to take his medic and get out right now, because they need to keep this precious Uber advantage, and they need to recontest middle with it. When they back out, regain their bearings.
Well, Cafe Monster, I appreciate what they were trying to do. They were trying to kind of converge in. They had advantage, but as soon as they lost Deska, that kind of shut it down. And if Yomps was there and Goldfish was there, they were trying to just kind of pinch in. And here we are now. They're backed up. They still do have that advantage. They're about to get Uber, but they have to come out of this choky hallway, Keith. And we have Milo waiting. Milo's just waiting for that medic, I believe.
Yeah. Let's see.
He's gonna jump in.
So pop there. All right. So Red does end up for Uber. Blues to 60%. Unless they can get some kills here outside of Milo, they're gonna need to back out, and they do. Squid goes down there. They're just gonna cap the middle. They're starting to move in already. Like they realize that Blue doesn't have Uber. They really can't contest this right here. Zayax can throw out maybe a spam sticky or 2, but outside of that, you know, it's more or less going to be, I don't know, they can't contest it. Usually if you have Uber, maybe you could block here, but no, they're just down too many people. Double kill from Deska. Arctic Joe and Milo both going down, my goodness.
Milos. Well, we have basically 2 is going to be a wash here, and we're looking at last as, but I mean, that Milo going down and Arctic Joe going down means it's a really favorable position here if Blue didn't have Uber. They have the full Uber against 15%. And so we've got some off-classing happening. We had very briefly a sniper. But luckily for $5 Club, instead of almost certainly losing last, they hit Uber to guard. And I guess now we are looking at second key. Then we had the Uber popped off, and DBW running around trying to make something of this.
They do get one pick, high five, but, you know, that's going to happen. You know, he just didn't get out in time. He wasn't bleeding. Purple shirt goes down. Now, that could be an issue when you're down 2. They don't have Uber yet. They're only on 60%. Blue's coming through. There are some stickies on the ground. They kind of have to probably clear them, jump over them. Mangachu doesn't care. He jumps right in, and he says, please, give me this point. I really want it. Please, please, please. He's on 50% hit points. Red needs to back out. Now, Tomminess gets taken down by Squid. Did you see that? His soldiers kind of bailed on him. Everybody bailed on him, and Squid, as he is an intelligent player, saw that and took advantage of it. Went right at the medic, 2-shot him, and now they're rolling into 2, dude, and Red has no medic.
Yeah, well, I was kind of surprised at how all of Cafe Monsters sort of made their way out. They were very low on heals. Goldfish jumped out with only 25 HP, but here we go now. The $5 Club are sort of on a roll here and moving in. They're trying to clean up and just kind of mop up this second point here. I'm looking at Zaylox, who's doing a fantastic job. Keith, I meant to ask you, at the first match of the season in Invite, do you think these guys are you a little nervous starting out? Well, actually, let's get to that in a second, because we have some fights going down at last here, and
5x
I was watching Zaylox, I was a fool looking at Zaylox. He was behind, he wasn't in the fight at all, but his compatriots in the $5 Club, they pulled it off. Demo or not, they didn't need the demo. That's what I'm saying.
And as you're talking about, like Cafe Monster, like they have a lot going in this. You know, they were the top IM team, and they won it pretty handedly. As you know, they were, if not the best, the absolute best team. So being down 2-0, they can't be happy with that. Hopefully, they can shake off some of these nerves maybe and see what happens. Let's watch Purple Shirt again, because he's been making some decent plays. He's on 180 hit points, going down 70 hit points. He just gets dominated in midair. So after losing Purple Shirt that quickly, they maybe have to move out. Tomminess is getting jumped. He's on 20 hit points to get shot out of the air, and it could be cleanup right now. Beautiful pipe by Deska, but he has a scout on him and a medic on him. Not going to end well, brother.
Yeah, I kept looking at for Tomminess, and I'm understanding now that Tomminess is Zilly, because we didn't get time to talk about the rosters off the top here, but Zilly, who moved over, formerly of the Yomis, and is playing now with sort of the pickup the Cafe Monster made in the off-season, and I was thinking, I was like, Tomminess, but yeah, Zilly. So upgrade on that. That's who that is, of course. So, yeah, sorry to kind of have a sidebar there. We didn't get a chance to talk about rosters right off the top here. Blue's got their Uber, which is also always good, and Milo's kind of chomping here, trying to wait and see if he can get an opening and an in here. They've spotted him out, though.
Yeah, Squid coming through underneath. He's just going to get on the point. Really, Red can't do much here. Zayox is just going to lock him out with, you know, stickies on the left door. Mangachu and DBW are moving in. They seem coming in. They Uber in. Let's see, the Heavy man there. They need to focus that Heavy down. Heavy gets one kill on Milo very quickly. So Goldfish is up behind. This is really good positioning if he can get down there. He bounces everybody off the point with a huge rocket, and because of that massive damage, everybody's getting cleaned up. I really liked what he did there. He kind of just chilled. He kind of waited. He waited for all 5 to get on a point. He launched a rocket, launched them all every direction, and the scouts cleaned up on every single person. Squid's on last. We'll see if he can cause any issue. He takes down Deska.
Purple shirt in a bit of trouble. Purple shirt on last.
No,
Still trying. Purple shirt burning through ammo here.
Stop it, Purple shirt. Reload. Oh, my goodness.
I saw Purple shirt. I'm going to be real honest here, Mom and Dad. He shot 20 rockets, and I don't know if any of them hit Squid, who was doing that Squid thing, hopping around, and finally got the best of Purple shirt. That's not a highlight reel play for Purple shirt.
No,
we're going to give him another chance, but Squid talking some shade in chat. Here we are, though. That could have gone a little differently. We still have the Heavy up. Yeah, all right. Yomp, sorry, switching over now to Engineer. Going to maybe try to find time here to get a gun put up.
They're probably going to, because they are up a little bit. What do you see? They're up about 15%. Like, Blue's not going to go for any big plays right now. It may just be they're going to sack in maybe Squid, sack in, you know, Joe, who we haven't really seen too much from yet, but he's been playing a good role so far. He hasn't had any massively large plays, but we'll maybe see a sack in from Blue. You thinking a sniper may come back? Because, you know, it's Uber on Uber action. We know how that goes on this map.
I'm not certain. I mean, I'm not seeing a whole lot of action. We haven't seen a whole lot of willingness to off-class. I mean, we just have the one engineer out. We've only seen just very brief sniper back at blue last. I think these guys are just waiting to see. I mean, it's 2-0 for $5 Club, so I don't know. I feel like Cafe Monster, here's the sack. All the way in, and still up is Milo. Finally goes down to the gun. Didn't get anything on the sack at all. It was a long sack. Time went slowly, but here's Goldfish. The soldiers are coming out for red. Goldfish and Purple Shirt came in and tried to get something. Purple Shirt actually took out Arctic Joe by the looks of it, but that's maybe not what he wanted.
Yeah,
so we're just kind of trading sacks back and forth. We're doing that thing.
Yeah, indeed, and they're going in because they have 3 people left. They're going to Uber in here on the gun. The gun was moved there. They do eventually get the gun, which is really nice. They don't have to Uber yet either. Megachu does end up getting the Uber. It's a counter Uber from Red. Looks like a decent one for them. He needs to cover his demo behind him. The heavy comes out. Ubered heavy. Megachu gets a lot of bullets into him. Doesn't end too well for him. And as long as they keep this heavy buff, I'm thinking it's going to be a rinse and repeat. We're going to hold type deal.
Real credit to Goldfish there, who did a lot with his Uber, maybe more than we might have seen on camera, with the way he positioned and kind of just blocked and got between the medic and the soldier. Nice job by them, but Cafe Monster have to kind of close up here and finish the job. $5 Club are really sticking in there. Look, the scouts are in, the demo's in as well. Zaylock's doing to do some damage. They're really contesting this point, Keith. I'm a little surprised. Now, they certainly have a huge medic advantage because Zilly actually went down, and here they come. They're going to re-push in. There's only 2 down. Let's see how this fans out. They're on the last now. Mangachu just doing it solo. Mangachu gets cleaned up and taken out. DBW running around getting some heals out. Looks like they want to just sort of chip away this Cafe Monster team. They're looking for those picks, but they're getting really scattered around. Finally, the medic pops off Uber. DBW is just kind of looking around. This is kind of, I don't want to say sloppy, but choppy.
It's very choppy. It's scrappy per se. Like, they need to focus. Blue needs to focus on some targets. They finally do decide to go and focus where the scouts get off the point, and lo and behold, my friend, that's what we like to consider, you know, a decent first few rounds for, you know, $5 Club, looking strong as last season, if not stronger.
Yeah, we're into halftime now, and that's maybe not that last push in. It worked, but it's probably not going to be on any end-of-season highlight reels. It was scrappy, as you said, and it worked, though. Mangachu picked away enough of the last point that his teammates were able to sort of just jump in on it. I'm looking at the some of the stats here right now to see what we had in that half. Do you have the stats there, Keith? Are you having a look?
I do, in fact, have the stats right now. So, you know, we can open up with straight-up damage Zaylox, as is expected. Sitting on 300. Oh my goodness, 12-2. That's not a bad. Would you say that's a pretty good first half for him? You know, 12-2, 12-2, okay. 333 damage per minute. You know, just not bad.
Well, you know, hopefully Zaylox will pull it together in the second half. You know, it's
yeah, everybody on their team is.
Well, I mean, look at DBW. DBW as well only died 2 times, popped off 6 Ubers, and so seeing a huge disconnect in terms of the medic performance. But I think, well, in terms of damage, they're fairly close team-wise, but absolutely, Zaylock's just doing fantastic. And you can see there's very little rust on this $5 Club team who we saw last season under the name Nice, 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 or various names. Certainly, Cafe Monster, the team with probably the most to prove in this one. We mentioned how they moved up from IM. They had such a strong, dominant IM season. A lot of people want to see what they're going to do this season, and I don't know. We're wanting to wait a few weeks before we see where this all goes, but this match so far, Keith, we are seeing a little bit. We're getting a little foreshadowing.
Perhaps. Like, you know, people thinking, you know, I as well as many other people, they're like, I even saw in the thread for the match day, people are like, you know, $5 Club's gonna win, Goldfish is gonna lead damage and stuff like that. And right now, the only thing Goldfish is leading in is what's the award? Cry Some More, award for the player with the least points in the first half. So,
yeah, well, Mangachu just came in on this mid, Keith, and actually just went straight for Deska and took him out.
Oh, goodness.
He's trying to follow up now. Cafe Monster is sort of getting the idea here that it's time to leave, and they do escape with their med and with some flankers. But Mangachu, it looks like, I mean, the plan was for $5 Club just come right in, target the medic, or sorry, the demo. And again, they're going to try to bully this point now as well. DBW leading her squad in here on this second point. And Purple Shirt trying to come in and just kind of smash away. DBW holding on to Uber, gets blasted away and has to use, and has very little she did not want to use there, I would guess. And they're going to scramble away and just kind of They make good on it, but it's kind of a waste.
On the backside, dude, Squid, the medic was on 98%, and Squid got the pick there, so they may just be able to roll in here, go into last. If not, just be patient. Honestly, when you're up 3-0 in this situation, why not just, you're at such a massive advantage, don't even roll in. Just charge up the Uber and then go in. You're going to have at least a 40, 50... 55% advantage. It doesn't matter what the blue team can set up here. As long as you're patient and you cover everybody with your Uber, this should be an easy cap for them.
They call it a Highlander defense. We have a heavy, we have an engineer, and we have a sniper. You know, there was a lot of big news that Valve is going to be officially supporting matchmaking, and here we see several classes in the game. Only 2 not represented on the field right now. And they certainly all have their role. We have that big mobile gun running around, the fat man up top. You know, Cafe Monster kind of, you know, trying this. I can't remember from last season. I only saw them on Process once or twice, but we'll see how this plays out here. In comes the guys from, and girl from $5 Club, and we're going to see here they're targeting the heavy. A lot of targets to spread around here. They're working on the gun as well.
Yeah, I know.
I feel like their Uber's going to run out of steam here. They've lost Milo already and Arctic Joe. Keith, I don't know if they were ready to deal with that. Squid is still here. Squid is chilling out and drops down on the gun and solos the gun. Squid by himself, which is very impressive, but he's kind of left with nowhere to go. Got to give props to Squid there. If there's an award for soloing a gun as scout, we can hand that out. I don't think that exists. But no, certainly the push.
We'll give it to
not
him.
Enough juice. They need twice as long of an Uber, I think, to deal with all those targets, Keith.
Yeah, they focused down the heavy, but as you saw, the heavy went up in the panic room and just at least made 60% of the Uber wasted killing the heavy. And also, on top of taking that long to kill the heavy, they lost Milo very quickly as well. So, Uber coming in here. Oh, he does not have to pop it. Oh my god, Zilly holding that there. 60 damage, 20 health. Goodness, anything, even breathed on will make him drop right now. He's on 16 health, 19 health. He needs to get out of there. Get some health. Go to sewer. You know, let your team chill in mid as you heal up.
I'm looking at Zalox right now, whose shoulders must be sore, maybe? He seems like he's going to jump out now, but he was just standing in there. Just kind of that big Zalox body presence. The man is enormous in real life, and he's playing enormous in this game right now as he's going to lead the charge. He wants Goldfish. He's not quite going to get him as Goldfish. Very mobile getting out of there, but look at this advantage. Again, $5 Club. Maybe the story of the match is continuing. They have this big Uber advantage. Looking around for a soldier in the sky, but they're going to have 100%. They're going to be able to move in, and it's not going to be a repeat of last time. They're going to be able to hold on, hopefully, to their Uber as Purple Shirt went down. So there's no sack coming out of blue here. This is probably the push they want, Keith.
It is, and they got in here. Oh, let's see. Okay. Oh, they're covered with it. Megachu's covered. Milo's covered with it. Everybody's covered with this Uber. This is going to be an easy cap, my friends. Doesn't matter who blue throws on the point here. Oh, no. At the same time, they all come in with a bunch of massive damage. Did you see that? That was not expected.
Oh. Okay. Purple Shirt did a lot of work. I saw that, and that's pretty impressive. There was no crazy shenanigans of Highlander or anything like that. At last, that was a little more conventional, and they're going to get this second point right back. But certainly, if you're Cafe Monster, we're in the second half here, Buick, and Cafe Monster want to be on the offensive. You know, there's only so many times you can make really great, impressive defenses before you realize, hey, you've lost the match.
Hey,
so I think Cafe Monster needs to get something going offensive. They're going to try here. They're going to move in. They need. They've got 6 players in front of them. Let's see how they play it. They're just sort of organizing. Purple Shirt trying to make something happen a little bit here in the IT section. A little bit. Interrupts Milo's jump. Misses on the air shot. Cleans him up. Squid and Milo down. And Purple Shirt now going to try to take some of this Uber in. $5 Club are going to back up. And they're going to be at 80 themselves. And so it'd be nice for Cafe Monster to get a couple picks here, Keith.
Indeed. They just can't lose anybody right now. There's a very low soldier. Megachu does make it out right now. Jumping soldier coming from blue. Red does end up popping their Uber. Very nice pop there. We'll see. They had them multi enough where they're going to be able to get into middle, and Zilly's going to make it out. So the problem here is, though, there's not much of an advantage, and here comes a jumping soldier in on them, too. They need to be careful. Milo does go down, so Deska, I don't think Deska can man mode this. He needs to get out of there right now. They're kind of hanging their medic out to dry, and Zilly's going to be chased. The last may go down. Red's probably going to get their buffs and roll straight in, to be honest. They're at an advantage now.
Deska's a strong demo, but he's been having a rough kind of intro here to his invite career, I've got to say. If we exclude scrims, I don't know how he's been doing in those, but the soldiers cleaning up a little bit here. In terms of numbers, we're close, but I feel, well, blue is kind of all bunched up here, and Cafe Monster Boy, in an imaginary world with the crits, they'd be just sitting ducks, but they're going to hold on. They have the heavy man now out, Yumps. Keith, I heard you throw out multis. You must have been watching a lot of Euro TF2, huh? A lot of multis.
A lot of multi-Ubers, baby. You throw out a multi here and there. You know what I'm talking about.
We can bring that into the NA scene a little bit. Milo having a peek around here. We've got still some trash talk going on. Squid doing some trash. I know we can't see it on stream. We have the sniper up again, and you know, Cafe Monster, if it works one time, it can work twice, right? They have High Five doing a little bit of snipering, and I'm looking at High Five. He wants that shot, Keith. I can smell it. I can smell the desire in his. Well, I don't know what I'm smelling, but he wants to get a headshot on someone if he can. He's got no one to look at, and actually his some of his soldiers are going to come out here. His teammates are thinking of... Well, Purple Shirt came out with something on his mind. I don't know what it was, but he went down. Both teams are holding on to Uber here, and we're just sort of waiting. We had a spy on the field. Guess who it is? His first name is Liam.
Liam! Oh, he's going back to
Little
soldier.
Liam. Oh,
Little Liam. Oh, goodness.
Okay. Little Liam is thinking spy, though, and perhaps he makes a quip about Highlander players, but you know what? The Highlander defense worked for Cafe Monster. Milo came back up on Sniper here, so the pace of the game is going to slow down a little bit here, Mr. BUICK, and we're going to see maybe some big picks, some pick classes.
Indeed. So let's see. Now, who do we have right now? Yeah, High Five is just watching that back right, but Red's really not obligated to push right now unless they get a nice free pick with one of their, pick classes per se. So, look where they're hiding right now. Look where Red has their medic literally back in choke. They have everybody buffed, playing up on point, and DBW is kind of hanging on the choke in grass. And unless they get a pick, we'll see what happens. They're moving in here. They're gonna maybe go in. Maybe they're not waiting for their sniper. Well, that'll do it.
Milo got him. Down goes High Five, and so Milo good enough. Maybe not how we were expecting to go on a sniper, but it's going to work. And here comes Mangachu, jumps in, jumps out. They're waiting still to pop this Uber. DBW holding on and holding. Very slight advantage over the Uber of the other side from Zilly. Is trying to save Mangachu. Gets popped to the sky. They have a little bit of cap time on this, but they're going to maybe be backing out here. Both teams, only Mangachu down yet, but a really good presence on the point by all of these guys from Cafe Monster. Squid sticking in. Squid, I don't know. He's a wizard? Squid is still alive somehow, and I don't know, with a numbers advantage now, the $5 Club are going to be able to come in on this. Arctic Joe trying to pick away Deska. Lots down on the side of Cafe Monster, and by having that patience, and a special shout out to Squid.
Completely.
The $5 Club, Squid just... He's pretty great at scouting.
He's ravaging the other team, for lack of a better term.
Keith, why don't you take us through this mid? It's 4-0.
I want to see Goldfish. I want to see Goldfish play like I know he can. So, I'm going with him this time. He's sitting on 300 hit points. He's getting his nice buff. He's going to go into mid. Yeah, I don't think he's going to play aggressive, though. I think they're playing a little scared right now. Yeah, he's sticking on the ground. He's going to get his buff. He jumps up. He throws 1 rocket down, 2 rockets down. Does damage, doesn't really connect heavily on anything. So, gets another buff, goes up top. Throws 4th rocket, 5th rocket, 6th rocket. Still no deaths so far. Oh, good. Goldfish is on 61 hit points, but Red has decent positioning here. We'll see if anybody of blue gets picked off. Got to go off Goldfish because he hasn't really accomplished anything in this middle. It does bounce DBW up in the air. The medic is now getting sorted. Medic bleeds out, and Goldfish finishes with a kill on Zaylox. So, as little kills as he got, damn, I guess he did put out a decent bit of damage. So, makes it easy for your team.
God damn. Well, all I know is I just saw a 3-rune blade kill on a mid, which I don't know if I've ever seen in my life. Certainly as a TF2 caster, it was that was interesting. So this mid has regressed to shenanigans. Perhaps blue is going to get this cap. That's Cafe Monster, and Goldfish. I don't know. Maybe he's going to lay off the trash talk and somehow play more than do voice. I don't know. He talks a lot of trash, is all I'm saying. Maybe he should concentrate on the game a little bit. He misses the air shot onto Mangachu, and I don't know if Cafe Monster are still trying or not. They won the mid in a strange way.
I hope they would. The mid goes down to a pipe, so I think Red's just going to roll in, get their, who wants to kill who is more what they're asking each other right now. So Goldfish gets another kill, though, so I don't know.
Milo respawned and had a really nice fast rollout on Soldier and got a nice rocket onto Deska, but it didn't quite do enough damage. Purple Shirt takes out the medic, goes down to Zaylox, though, who's been very quietly continuing to be a star and a hero in my books. Zaylox, I always call him the veteran, which, he is, but
he is. He definitely is.
It's not like he has a ton more experience than, say, Well, maybe he does, I guess.
He's just poised like a veteran. You know what I mean?
Going off the dome here, Buick, because we have some picks going off down at second. I mean, he is a veteran. He was at Atlanta a long time ago. We have Zilly here just getting out some heals, and Cafe Monster again backed up. And, you know, Keith, we've only seen Cafe Monster pushed forward only just kind of once in this whole entire match as we're here in the second half. They've been on the defense for sort of most of this match. They have an Uber advantage now. Zilly trying to shoot some arrows across, but just losing so many numbers, Keith. What has been the story of this one to you in terms of what has gone wrong for Cafe Monster?
Goldfish and his meta-complete disconnect. Like, everybody's getting so weak that Zilly has to pass out all the heals everywhere, and Goldfish is dying because of it. And I don't know if they don't feel as comfortable fighting without each other, but they just cannot get a clean, good Uber off. Like a clean, good solo Goldfish Uber. I haven't seen it yet this game, so... Yeah. They don't get it there. They end up losing their medic, but, you know, Red kind of throws bodies at the point and, you know, pays with all their lives because of it. So, what is it, 4x on the point? High five kind of pushed up. Milo is hanging out a choke. He may jump in. No, he decides to think better of it and go back. Gonna have even Ubers now, so Blue may be up by a little bit because there is no healing on DBW at about 10% advantage for Blue. So, with the pick on Milo, do you think they're going to move in with this?
Oh, I mean, I don't know how the Cafe Monster guys are feeling. Goldfish is coming in. I'll make a point on that in a moment, or when the match is over, whenever. Mangachu is in and trying to hold him off, and Mangachu taking a ton of damage, as a matter of fact, has to back off, and DBW is just going to let that pipe just explode right by her feet. Soldier came in, that was Purple Shirt, he's been trying on the sacks all day. He hasn't been having a whole lot of luck, but here's Cafe Monster. They're pushing. They're going to try and make it in here. Time starts to become an issue with this part of the match, Keith, but we're going to let them see how this push works out. There's not a whole big lot of defense here. It's only Zalox and DBW. Zilly, you got to move. You can't wait this long, and you're giving Zalox a chance to sort of hold off the push here, and in comes the Uber finally. And this is, again, another scrappy push in. They're just going to kind of flood that right side door. But meanwhile, we got a red Uber coming on the other side. I mean, hello.
Oh, my God.
They're just waiting way too long, and the red Uber saves the day here. Shout out to Sandy, DBW, for making it work there, but I don't know.
It worked.
Do you get the feeling that Cafe Monster just waited too long there as well, Keith? Am I crazy?
No, you're not crazy. They completely waited too long. A Mangachu putting a flare into Goldfish. Goldfish up in the air. Does die to the scout. It would have been, like, almost died to the flare. Another flare. Mangachu hitting another flare on Deska. Milo jumps in, says, "You're on fire. I'm going to smack you with my gun." And there's a death there. So 3x on the point. They've recapped this, and they're just going to roll into mid. They're going to roll into mid with their damn pyro. We'll see what happens here.
I don't know, you know, my grandmother and grandfather who are watching this cast are going to be upset with me, but Mangachu, just making sure we get our, you know, fair dose of dumb shit, is on pyro right now for no apparent reason at all. It makes zero sense. Sorry, Grandma and Grandpa, they're here in the room with me. But, I don't know, it's... Say what you want about this being a roll, but you still have to score... Well, you don't have to score 5 points, I guess. Certainly, Mangachu's team could just park the bus here and just wait.
With their pyro.
Yeah, with their pyro. Just blast them away. I don't know. Go team. If you're a fan of the $5 club, you know, something's happening. We're looking for some reflects. Purple Shirt's picks are certainly not going to work if he has a pyro reflecting him away. But Mangachu finally goes down, and we can all give some applause. DBW, meanwhile, left with no one to Uber, just her and Zalox, but I don't know. They can make it work, but they're not going to try to in this point. They've got a Goldfish right up in the grill. Sandy's going to make it away all alone, and it's going to have to retreat with her proverbial tail between her legs.
Very low on hit points. Any sticky could take her out here, and Milo does sacrifice his life to get his medic out alive. Squid starts to snipe now. We'll see if he can get a cheeky pick. You know, he's taking a few shots, misses a few of them, but you know he's going to end up hitting one of them if they give him enough time. So with Blue with this much of an advantage, let's see how they decide to move into this sniper. It looks like they're kind of maybe going to distract while they go IT. Arctic Joe does see them, calls them out. Now there's a shit ton of spam going in towards there. So
language, please.
Yeah, excuse me.
My grandparents are here. Don't worry about that, Grandma. He doesn't know.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Squid switched off Sniper, so we don't have that. Becomes a moot point, and Squid's going to work on Goldfish here, who has been doing kind of that solo thing, and this is a point I want to touch on. We're going to have a push in here. I keep having to delay my point about Goldfish. I will get to it, I swear. Zalox and DBW again. BUICK, I don't think I'm dreaming. I've seen a lot of this Arctic Joe, Squid, Milo, and those guys bleeding. Cafe wants to pick up a round. Seems like it's been DBW and Zaylox more often than it should be. Feels like, I mean, it almost feels like $5 Club are letting this one, there's 14 minutes left, but are they letting it slip away a little bit and maybe lost focus?
I mean, perhaps, like, you can easily, if you get that round, like, Cafe can carry that, you know, TF2's a momentum-based game. If they take this mid right now, it could be a whole different game, and we could see some crazy-ass 4-4 game. You know what I'm talking about?
Stranger things have happened. I do know what you're talking about, and thank you for asking. Goldfish is up top, taking a lot of damage out of Milo. Still up, though, with Milo and Mangachu both down, and Zaylox. Cafe Monster, maybe they're listening to the cast, but BUICK, they're poised to take this mid. Only DBW left. What's going on?
They're starting to move up right now. Purple Shirt's going to cap by himself, and that's fine. 3x on the point, good. 2x now, because the soldier says, let me get up ahead. Oh my, Goldfish! He's pissed off. Did you see how far he chased Sandy to get that kill? She was literally in the spawn door, and they're only capping 2 right now.
Literally. And guess what? Deska, well, okay, never mind. I just found him. He's in spawn. He's up on Spy. I don't know what's going on there. Something's going on.
Something is going.
Deska's not moving. I'm wondering, okay, Deska, I have no idea, was checking for off classes or something there. Perhaps on Spy, I don't know. Wasn't moving. He looked like he was unconscious in spawn. At any rate, we have High Five down below. High Five has actually had a pretty nice life stringing together some kills here. Took out Squid most recently, the Wizard, who has been silent recently. High Five is here getting in the face of Milo. I don't know if there's something maybe going on that I'm not aware of. Deska is on demo again. He's not Spy. There's no crazy plays going on. I was hoping maybe there was going to be an insane, crazy, wacky Spy play, but there's not. But guess what does happen? DBW goes down, and what is going on? Cafe Monster are going to swarm this point and very easily take it.
4-2? 4-2?
A Purple Shirt making good for a moment we saw earlier where he tossed down 20 rockets to Squid on last and didn't hit any of them. He cleans off Squid there. We have 4-2. There are 12 minutes left, Buick. Oh boy.
I don't know.
We could have an interesting finish this one.
I want to see Deska put out some massive damage.
Take it through us.
Oh yeah,
take it
baby.
Through us.
Prime 1 stick, Prime 2 stick. That's some damage going out so far. Ah, he does. He's being rushed by Scout and he's dead. So let's move on to Zaylox. Let's switch teams right now. Zaylox was a nice juicy buff. He has everybody in his sights right now. He's throwing on some great, for lack of a better term, area denial. Throws out another stick. He puts out even more damage. He's killing Goldfish personally right now. But you know, once again, what did you mention earlier? It's just him and DBW all the time.
Well, I didn't see a whole lot different. I mean, give credit to the other side. There were only 3 left up on the side of Cafe Monster, and Zilly's back. Just capping mid all alone, but that's fine, because, I mean, this one is really slipping away, and we saw such a dominant performance the first 4 rounds out of $5 Club, and now what in the name of God are we seeing? A shout out to Arctic Joe, who put in a very valiant effort and got a couple little picks on the middle, but I don't know. It's heartbreaking, but I feel like we might be looking at time as a determining factor how this one goes. Both Mangachu and Zaylox are down right now. They're getting the respawns. Mang back up in 5. But full Uber for Cafe Monster. And if they can make good, if this is big, and how this will go, could be very important. We have Squid up, and we have the Heavy up as well. $5 Club trying their own Highlander defense. Squid not going to get anything. The Uber comes in. It's Goldfish leading the way as well as Purple Shirt. Nobody on the point yet. They're not picking anything. They're going to clean up the sticks. Here comes Milo. The defense is back in. Goldfish is up above. He's going to see if he can maybe get on there. Nobody still from the Cafe Monster side. Anything at all. There's a partial cap, but nothing close to what you want. Goldfish is in. Big ball in it. Nothing happens. Deska left
for
back
the med
up.
at the end there. No, that was unfortunate. Really good rotation from the red team. You know, when they were defending there, they all said, all right, we can't deal with this. Let's just slowly get back in. Let's make them waste their time trying to kill us here. Rotate to the other side. And it bought them the time they needed.
Don't know how ready Cafe Monster were to push into last there, because they haven't done it for a whole lot of this match. But anyway, right coming back the other way here now with Uber and nothing to defend it. And so Cafe Monster getting the hell out of there. For DBW, but look at this, DBW. We had a back cap, which I missed off camera.
My apologies. Oh my goodness. How do we...
Keith!
What?
Keith!
What?
Keith!
It is 4-3. Goodness. You know, that has to put you on tilt. Like, losing this many rounds in a row to this team, then getting back capped like that.
Tilt enabled.
Oh my god. Tilt underscore enabled.
Well, tilt enabled, and we had both soldiers very fast and nailing the rollouts to middle here. Deska on the other side is trying to make something happen. We have Mangachu's team kind of taking the right side here. Mangachu going real strong in on Deska, but Purple Shirt down. Mangachu and DBW down as well, and so Zilly in a little bit of trouble here. I'm finding Zilly, but getting heals out, but nothing going to challenge Zilly, and I don't know. This is another mid for Cafe Monster. Is this the comeback, Keith? Can we get the... We have comeback hashtags coming out of the chat, a full wipe. Time is a huge issue here, but this is totally doable, Buick, as we have...
Incredibly doable.
This, I would not have seen this coming. DBW's back up on Kritz Krieg and just kind of trying to salvage this. We're about to have potentially a tie score here with something like 4 or 5 minutes left to go. Buick, oh boy.
They need to get their buffs. Last time, they're lucky they got that back cap, but the Uber didn't work because they sent in Goldfish.
I'm shocked.
And it was a bad Uber. They need to get their buffs and slowly move in together. It doesn't matter if they have Kritz Krieg or not. There's such a nice window here. Well, yeah, they're doing it right now. They're moving in bottom left. Goldfish is going to take, hopefully, a solo Uber here. They don't really have time to get the gun up, but it is up. That has to be noted. Every time they Uber, they're going up behind the point like this.
Well, they're coming up above here. They've come up into this upper hallway here, into this room, and now they're thinking, what the hell are we supposed to do? They know there's a gun on the other side, and they're kind of stuck. Yomps comes down. Goldfish comes through, getting a couple rockets down onto the gun from above. Death from above works. They got the gun. Now they're going to seal this win. They're converging on point. Mangachu doing what he can to seal it. DBW's on there as well. 3 versus 3. She gets the pop, but nothing. Nobody left to heal. Milo comes in and gets it. Deska and High Five still in. High Five trying to pick away on Milo. Milo there still takes out High Five.
Pulled out his sword. Oh, Milo!
Huge air shot. It gets the taunt at the end to hold this off. We're losing our minds here, guys, and a miraculous defensive last. If you can say clutch, that's what that was.
I gotta hold it. Give me a second. All right.
Well, we have they're still fighting it out here, and it's still not game over yet. Although, Cafe Monster.
They got the. I'm sweating.
As we were losing our minds, Cafe Monster sent a player in. We've got 4-4. This is unbelievable. This is not something I would have expected. 7 minutes left. Keith, we have to be watching everyone at all times. I saw a spy come up. I saw all kinds of madness. I'm looking at Purple Shirt, who's first to mid. He's going to come in and try to get on Zaylock's first thing. Milo's there as well, and Milo's going to try to just get up on that awning a little bit. Purple Shirt is just chilling and knows that need to make pressure. Purple Shirt goes down. Milo's down on the other side, and we're looking for these players on the $5 club who are not Zaylocks and DBW to stay alive, and you know what? They're doing it. Arctic Joe seals it with the pick on his Zillyhoo. And
there's
so...
there's enough time left for them to cap this. Like, they don't need to sit here and rush in completely. Megachu is going to go in, and Zaylox has set up stickies already here, too. Oh, well, somebody comes out that right spawn door. They're going to die. They need to be careful here. No, don't go out the right spawn door. Don't. Purple Shirt down.
$5 club, sorry Buick, they need to be careful here that they don't bleed in players and lose.
That's true.
They got ahead of themselves. They have their Uber. They wait. They have the second point capped. Here we go. We've got just a few minutes left in this one, and this is going to be their push on the last. We'll see how it plays out. Sniper and Spawn. We have a heavy up above as well. They're going to real quickly get onto the point, the $5 club team. Out comes Yomps, the fat man. He's been eating lately. He's got a gun as well. Squid comes down, going to try to counter it, but only DBW left up. A fantastic defensive last, and you know what, Keith? Cafe Monster, I feel like they've been practicing all their lives, or at least all of this match
for this moment.
Yes,
oh, no, for that moment right there, baby.
Jessica throwing shade says, no offense, but that was bad. Perhaps he can be reached for comment after the match.
In the same kind of situation that Squid said that to him earlier on, Squid kind of boned it up right there too. So it's kind of biting him right now, I guess you could say. Ever since he's been talking a little bit of trash, he hasn't played too well. So because of that, 4-4, and Cafe can move in the middle. They do have an advantage here. Maybe not enough to move in off of, but if they do get a nice pick here, or, you know, can get somebody out of position, they can move in the mid, move in a second, and jeez, it can go the other way, brother.
Well, I mean, what a hell of a kickoff we have here as we're getting close to time, and it is possible that we might run out of time here, but let's see how $5 Club, see how they pan out here, because I think they really want to take this. I feel like they had kind of their wake-up call, and they want to kind of ride the momentum, but let's look here. I mean, Blue, Cafe Monster has their full Uber. Let's see what they use and see what they do with it. I'm guessing they're probably
too scared to move in. Yeah.
Well, I'm thinking they're going to be taking maybe Deska or Purple Shirt. We'll see what their strategy is here. I feel like they're just kind of nerves at this point because it is 4-4. They're maybe going to see if they almost want to ride this clock out a little bit here. The jump is in. It's Milo jumping in, looking for a pick. Milo goes down. There's the sack, and so that was unsuccessful. So Cafe Monster maybe going to move on this. Is that going to be enough to just come right out here? Cafe Monster, well, they're going to take it in. Deska staying behind, but they're taking it in through IT here. Zilly has Goldfish, and here comes the push. The Uber's popped off. It's just Goldfish on the Uber, and Zilly out here on the mid. A real nice pop back in. Mangachu taking in and going for Zilly right off the bat. Once it gets Zilly, that does happen. Deska down as well. Oh boy, a real good Uber here. Really good Uber for the $5 club. And oh, Keith, almost a full. I mean, this
literal
right
full
here.
team.
So we have 4 members of the of Cafe Monster on that 10-second respawn. In comes Zalox, and they're going to bring all the heat in here. The $5 club standing on last waiting.
Yeah.
Here comes the defense. Cafe Monster going to try what they can. They're going to get Goldfish Deska out there, but in the end, wow. In the end, the heartbreaker for Cafe Monster, who took 4 in a row. In the end, basically just a bad Uber was the difference, Keith, as $5 club take a thriller of an opener here for this Team Fortress TV coverage. What are your thoughts? I mean, are you just shell-shocked as I am?
Yeah. My heart's still racing. That was one. What a nice opening. What a nice opening to the season 2. And what that says is, after Cafe went down 4-0, we're thinking, oh, this is the IM team getting moved up to invite and stuff like that. Can they hang with everybody else? And they showed they can. They showed they can take momentum and almost caused what I guess some people may view as an upset. So that game it almost seemed like a coin flip at the end.
Well, it did, and I mean, we made comment on how we saw members of the $5 club, other than DBW and Zalox, just dying, just all over the place. And I'm looking a little bit at the stats. I mean, probably not the performance that Arctic Joe wanted, sort of low for a number of picks, but DPM under 200 is not what you want to see as Scout. A lot more Ubers popped off by DBW, but again, it just felt like it was a 2-man team a lot of that second half, didn't it?
It did. It's complete momentum. What did we see from Cafe Monster? I mean, given there were 2 insane backcaps there, but I think they got 4 rounds in, what would you say, like 10 minutes or something ridiculous like that,
Yeah, absolutely. So, I mean, certainly DBW played a hell of a game. I mean, she stayed alive a whole lot, and I give her a lot of credit for that. And like I said, played very good medic, but it's tough to do stuff without your team around you.
I will say...
Sorry, go.
No. I will say, the comment I did make about Goldfish in the first half, how he had like the least points, he had very low DPM, and he had like maybe more deaths than kills. Damn, was he going crazy in the second half? Like leading his team in medic picks too. Like I saw him jump in and take out DBW personally, like many times there. He definitely decided to be calm, breathe, put the team on your shoulders. We can do this, guys. And you know what? Almost worked out.
Yeah, Keith, the point I was trying to make the whole match, which I never got out because the action was friggin' crazy, was about Goldfish. And we did a lot of coverage of IM last season here, the IM division on Team Fortress TV, and we saw a lot of Cafe Monster and Goldfish. And with Cafe Monster just kind of eating it for so much of the match, I was almost wondering, is this kind of the lesson for Cafe Monster to see that, Goldfish plays a very solo role? We see a couple soldiers in the IM division who take the team on their shoulders a whole lot, and they try to do most of the work themselves. And I was almost wondering, is this sort of maybe the wake-up call for Goldfish, that this is invite and that maybe you can't sort of, do it all by yourself? And so I think that'll be an interesting thing to watch as the season goes on for this Cafe Monster team. It was a good effort all around for their whole team, as a matter of fact. Good stuff out of Purple Shirt, who also played a good match. Zilly played very well, considering limited invite experience. But I think that the Goldfish story will be very interesting to watch and see how he plays this season and see how it goes for him. Yeah,
for sure.
Did you have any other thoughts?
Yeah, you know what? Cafe Monster, this is going to be a very interesting invite season. Like for, honestly, seeding wise, people thinking, $5 club, they're a top 4 team and stuff like that. And Cafe really put them to the test there. So there's going to be a lot of swapping who's in each seed, each rank throughout the season every single week. And that's damn exciting, man.
Well, we had sometimes Cafe Monster in for post-game interviews when they were in IM, and they said, easy, totally easy, no competition. They've got competition now. They dropped this one to the $5 club. That's the first match of the season for each team, and so $5 club off to a nice little start. And I expect, my understanding is anyway, that they will have BUICK back, I believe, next week. But at any rate, I think we're just about done here, and so thank you guys for joining us for this amazing kickoff to the season. We are very excited to bring you a whole lot more matches like this, and shout-outs as well. A lot of people in chat have been talking about their fantasy teams, and so if you're not already aware, you can go to teamfortress.tv. There is a fantasy site for TF2, and you can follow along with us all season long. In the meantime, my name is Getawhale. His name is BUICK. We had production done this evening by Dashner. And we will see you next time here on teamfortress.tv. Have a good night.